there, YouTube. This is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys the stuff that I've gotten since the last video that I recorded. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's all movies. I picked up a bunch of really cool movies that I wanted to share. I'm getting really close to completing certain collections. I'm actually going a bit more overboard with movies than I probably should. But when you get good deals and you find gems that you were missing, it's kind of hard to say no. So it's gonna be all movies. I just wanted to let you know up front. But let's get started. I was able to add one video game to the collection, and that's Bangai O Spirits, developed by the people at Treasure, who did a whole bunch of really cool shoot 'em ups. Ikaruga on the GameCube, Wario World on the GameCube, and Gunstar Heroes on the Sega Genesis. And it's a mech game. You basically go around shooting stuff. It's not quite a bullet hell yet. I haven't played that much into it. I know that the version of this came out on Dreamcast, but I've never seen it, so the next best thing is DS. And it's been a while since I gave my DS some love, so I really have to add that. And it's a mech game, I love mech games, so that was cool. On to some movies, and I'm sorry if I lose my breath. I'm feeling kind of under the weather. So if I have trouble talking or I fuck up my words, just sorry about that. First off, I picked up Tombstone with Kurt Russell and Val Kilmer. While the Western isn't necessarily my favorite genre, I do like to get movies. I have the Clint Eastwood trilogy. The one that's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I'm trying to get a couple of more, but this is the one that I've been trying to track down for a while. The story of Wyatt Earp. Mostly I remember this movie that they're like in this little river, and the bad guys are shooting at them, and Kurt Russell gets up and he's like with a shotgun, no, and he starts blowing away people. That's the one thing I remember most about this movie. But I've been trying to look for it, and you could order this kind of stuff online. But I kind of like the thrill of the hunt. Like I mentioned before, I like going to Overwheels or to a place that has all these movies or used movies, and flip through the things and find it. So really excited to when you're able to complete and get a collection like that. So I'm happy. I'm happy I was able to get Tombstone. This one, honestly, I thought we had, but it turns out we didn't, so I picked it up. Home Alone. This is the Family Fun edition. It has some special features. Missing Home Alone 2 as well, but Home Alone's a good family movie. It gets kind of. I mean, if it was handled differently, it could be like a slasher. Well, not a slasher film, but a kind of a horror film. What happens with the two criminals and all this? It's kind of like a kid-friendly Saw movie. Cause this the kid sets up all these traps to if it wasn't so cartoony, these people would be dead. Honestly, with all the stuff that happens to them, so yeah, but it's a fun movie. I still need to get 2, but I don't think I'd get 3, 4, and 5 because those weren't that good. Picked up Mystery Men. This came out during the first superhero craze, after Blade and after X-Men. And it's basically the setup for this movie is that it's a world full of superheroes, but these are like the misfit superheroes. These have crappy superpowers that either aren't superpowers or powers that don't work right, and they have to come together to stop this big bad guy, and they kind of use their disability to an advantage, and they're able to stop it. It's a funny movie. It's like I said, I've been trying to look for it for a while, and because it has funny people in it, so that's part of the collection. Trying to complete my Al Pacino filmography, and I was able to find a copy of Two for the Money, starring Al Pacino and Matthew McConaughey. This one I haven't seen in a while, but if I remember correctly, it's about these two gamblers that, or loan sharks, something like that. Well, like I said, I want to add to Al Pacino. This one I really like. This one I like the concept and the reference to old sci-fi movies and horror movies. Uh, Monsters versus Aliens. It has the Blob with Bob, the Mad Scientist with Dr. Cockroach, that's voiced by Hugh Laurie. The Missing Link. It has a Godzilla reference. Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. The giant robot. The alien. I really, really, really enjoy this movie a lot. Um, the animation's kind of weird. The animation. This came out before, but if you saw Megamind, the animation's kind of like that. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of this movie, and I love the weird references to horror movies and so on. So this was pretty cool. Adding to my Bruce Willis collection, I added Bandits. This is not his best movie. They all can't be diehards. But it's a comedy with Billy Bob Thornton. It's about these criminals that get out of jail and they want to do a heist. It's so-so. Trying to complete my Adam Sandler collection, and I know the quality of his movies has gone down significantly. Not all of his newest movies are bad. I like Pixels. I like Pixels a lot. I still haven't seen The Ridiculous Six. I don't actually know if that's going to come out on DVD or not. But they're promoting a new one that he's doing with David Spade called Do-Over. That one looks cool. It looks better than Ridiculous Six. But I was able to pick up, to my knowledge, his first movie. I think this might have been before he was in Saturday Night Live, but Going Overboard. It's a low-budget crack movie, I'm not going to lie. This is pretty bad. But, like I said, I'm obsessive-compulsive in owning all the movies from a certain actor or actress, and I saw this and I had to pick it up. So now I'm only missing Pixels, which is the one I want to get. The Best of Saturday Night Live with Adam Sandler. If it comes out on DVD, Ridiculous Six and Do-Over. I love martial arts movies. I grew up watching them. If they're cheesy, they're better, in my opinion. Jackie Chan is the standard in martial arts movies, but I enjoy martial arts movies. This one is a blind buy. I know nothing of this movie, except what little I read online and in the back of the box. I'm not even sure if it's an actual martial arts movie or if it's like one of those romantic period things. But I picked up The Promise. The setup to this is that this poor girl meets like a fairy or something like that, and the fairy's like, because the girl's poor and everything, she's hungry, and the fairy's like, I can grant you either true love or you can be well-to-do. And the starving girl's like, screw it, I'd rather eat, so I'll be well-to-do. So she grows up and becomes a queen, and then ends up finding her true love, something like that. So I don't know. I'm hoping it has some form of martial arts, because like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is kind of like a romantic or martial arts movie. So I'm kind of hoping something like that. My wife loves Modern Family. She loves Modern Family. It's one of the few shows that we actually haven't missed a season. The only shows like that are The Big Bang Theory, The Walking Dead, and Modern Family. I haven't seen the last 2 seasons of Simpsons, which sucks actually. It sucks even more because I read online that Fox is not going to release the last of the season, so that blows. But my wife loves Modern Family, so I like it because it has Ed O'Neill, who was in Married with Children, and all of the cast is pretty funny. So I picked up for her season 2. I love the covers. The covers are pretty cool. Season 3 and season 4. So this is one of the few TV series that we have complete, from season 1 to the latest one. Season 7 hasn't come out yet, but as soon as it's out, I'm gonna get it for my wife. One more for the Al Pacino collection, one that I've been trying to track down for a while because I've never seen it. I've never seen the movie and I haven't seen the DVD. But I picked up And Justice for All with Al Pacino. This is from what I can read on the back, I'm assuming it's like Serpico. In Serpico, he was a good cop that was trying to bring down corrupt cops. This one looks like he's a lawyer that's trying to bring down corrupt system lawyer thing. So yeah, Justice for All. Really, really close to completing my Al Pacino collection. At least the good movie stuff is. I just need to get Any Given Sunday. I don't have Any Given Sunday, and Simone and Stand Up Guys. Unless I find something else of his that I don't know about. This one I picked up because it's a classic. It's always mentioned in movies like Citizen Kane and Casablanca, and I've been trying to find a copy. I'm a special feature whore. I love special features. I love, seeing how the movie was made, or there's sometimes on these old movies there's an audio commentary with some sort of historian, because the people that were involved in the movie are dead, like long dead. But I picked up Gone with the Wind. Mostly I know of it because of the Simpsons references. The Simpsons love to reference old movies and stuff like that, so I know of this movie because of the Simpsons. And I like that it has this nice gold plate there, which I don't know if you'll be able to make out. But it has nothing on special features. I saw a Blu-ray that has a separate disc full of special features. The only thing this thing has is the little book there. So, can't go wrong. But at the price I got, I wasn't going to say no. And I've never seen Gone with the Wind. It got re-released a couple of months back, but I didn't get to see it. So, this one sounds interesting. I've heard good things about this movie, and I've been wanting to see it for a while. But I finally found a copy, and I find it interesting because it takes a concept that was set up in Blade, like what would happen if the vampires, took over and basically screwed humanity. And this is what happens here. Vampires basically take over, and they start gorging on humans, and like, oh shit, we ran out of humans. So yeah, it's about the I've heard it's about that idea that what are vampires supposed to do now that they don't have that many humans to eat, and a small resistance of humans trying to fight back the vampires. So I'm looking forward to watching this. Really, really am. Like I said, love martial arts movies. More of a Jackie Chan fan, but whenever I find a Jet Li movie, I pick it up. And this one I've never seen before. The only Jet Li movies that I'm missing that I'm trying to track down are the Once Upon a Time in China trilogy, The One, and War with Jason Statham. But this one I've never seen. This is Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh in Twin Warriors. It's basically Jet Li plays a double part, kind of like Jackie Chan did, where they're two brothers that go their separate ways, and each has a different thing in life. But it has Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh, and I really, really like Michelle Yeoh. She also did a movie with Jackie Chan. She was cool in that, and she was in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and The Mummy 4 with Jet Li. So yeah, love Pokemon. One of my gaming obsessions is Pokemon. Every time I'm able to buy a new Pokemon game, I'm always trying to catch them all. Like the song says, you gotta catch them all, and I'm always trying to complete the Pokedex. So I love Pokemon. I've been following the Pokemon anime since the first season. The only thing that I never quite got is why Ash, takes the time to catch all his Pokemon and raise them, then just discards them like they were nothing when he goes off on another adventure, only keeping Pikachu, because he's the popular Pokemon. If I had a Charizard, I wouldn't get rid of a Charizard. I'd take Pikachu because, he harnesses the power of Zeus and with all this crazy-ass powerful thunder. If I'd keep a Charizard would be a great mode of transport. But yeah, I was able to find a Volume 1 of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. So yeah, love Pokemon, love Pokemon anime. I'm trying to get my daughter into Pokemon, and for the most part, she seems to enjoy it. This is another movie that I'm trying to track down. A movie that I really liked in the 90s, and I showed it to my wife, and she said that she actually likes it too. So I was finally able to pick up a copy of The Craft. It's about this one girl, this chick over here, that she has witch powers. So when she comes into a new school, she meets up with these three girls that are like the misfits. This one, I don't remember if it's her and her, but I think it's her. She's burned. So that kind of makes her an outcast. The best character is her. She's crazy. And this one, I don't remember what the problem with her was. But basically, they get together and they tap into her powers. So all of a sudden, they all have powers. And the crazy chick wants to take out the one with the power, but she doesn't realize that if she does, she'll lose the power because she's like the conduit. Really, really good movie. And the special effects I thought were cool. It's not quite goth style, but it kind of is. But I liked it. I like the craft. And my wife likes it too. So finally got a copy of that. Another classic movie that I've been trying to track down for a while is this one. To my knowledge, it's the first vampire movie, first old vampire movie. It's a silent film. It's the first adaptation of Dracula, but then the movie studio couldn't secure the rights with Bram Stoker's widow, so they can call it Dracula. So they had to change it to Count Olaf, Orloff or Orlok. I think Olaf is the Jim Carrey character. One of those two. But I've seen better versions of this that have a lot of special features. I thought this one had a little bit more, but I picked up Nosferatu, Symphony of Horror. But this one's weird because it actually does says Dracula here, and it's a silent film. It has no voice. This thing came out in 1922. The first horror talking movie was Dracula in 1933, 31. I think it was 31. And so this one has nothing. What would happen in silent films to someone that's never seen one is that they would film the actors, but they would be like, and then they would pause the film and put like a box with text, so people would read like, "Hello, Mr. Jimmy, how are you doing? I am doing very well," and stuff like that. But the title cards that happen in those cuts says Dracula 2, so I don't know if something that's specific to this version that they inserted that, or I don't know. But it doesn't have any special features. Nothing. The Dracula Universal movie that I have at least has an audio commentary with a historian. But this one has nothing, no special features. I was hoping it had a little bit more special features in this, but it's still. I watched it. I already watched this one. It's creepy. The atmosphere in this is super cool. That's the thing I like about old movies. Since they didn't rely on any special effects, they had to get real creative with what they did, and the atmosphere in this is really cool. This one has that really cool scene where the vampire is going up the ladders, and you can see his shadow kind of like creeping, and his long ass claws running up the stairs. That's the most memorable vampire scene in a movie. And when he's like, he's in his coffin, and then he like races like that. And the design on a vampire is super cool. I like the Nosferatu design. Obviously, Dracula has a more elegant and more sophisticated, and Bela Lugosi's the one that established the air of nobility to the vampire. But I also like the other type of vampire, like this one, or like the 30 Days of Night, where vampires are just like these predators that they won't hypnotize you, or they won't tempt you into come here, I will give you some loving and something like that. No, these type of vampires will fuck you up, and they will eat you like you're a lamb that's gonna get thrown to the slaughter. I like those type of vampires, and this one's pretty cool. It's old. It's a silent old film. It's not for everyone. I know a lot of people that think that black and white movies are boring as shit. I like them, and I'm even though it's not the version I would have preferred, it's still cool to be able to see this landmark in movie history, Nosferatu. So definitely, if you can find it, give it a watch. I think it's public domain, so you can probably find it in one of those 50 movie packs, or it might even be in YouTube. I've honestly never bothered to look because I wanted to own the DVD. Finally completed the Family Guy Star Wars spoof trilogy that they did. This is Family Guy It's a Trap, which is Return of the Jedi. Empire Strikes Back is the superior film, but personally, Return of the Jedi is the more nostalgic film for me. It's the Star Wars movie that I went to see when I was really young, so it's the one that really inspired my love for movies, which is why I own so many freaking movies, and I love going to the theater. Return of the Jedi is the movie that was the it movie for me. That's the one that was like, I love movies because of Return of the Jedi. And this is a spoof of that. It's not a good spoof, honestly. The first one's really good. I like the first one. I like, what's it called? Blue Harvest. Blue Harvest was good. Something Dark Side. Eh. This one, even in the text crawl, says, like, I didn't want to do this. Fox basically made me do it, so if it's not funny, it's because of that. So right off the bat, you know what you're getting into. But yeah, this is the weaker one of them, and it's a shame because again, Return of the Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie. So yeah, this one kind of blew. To add to my Nicolas Cage collection, because I want to complete my Nicolas Cage collection, even though he has a butt fuck of movies. But I was able to get Season of the Witch, co-starring Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman is awesome at anything he's in. This one's kind of like, this one's, I saw this one. It's basically, Nicolas Cage and Ron Perlman have to take this girl people think she's a witch, but she's like, no, I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch. I'm not a witch. And Nicolas Cage's like, I think I'm going to believe you. It turns out she's a witch. And she starts fucking people up. So yeah, but it's, again, not his best movie, but it's still pretty entertaining. Anything with Nick Cage and Ron Perlman in it is pretty cool. Picked up Cats and Dogs for my wife. She likes this movie, and I bought it for her. And if this looks familiar, it kind of, I saw someone mention this in Facebook. It does kind of look like the Civil War poster, Team Cap and Team Iron Man. So yeah, it's a funny movie. It stars Jeff Goldblum in this over the top, and I liked it. I liked it when it came out. It's basically like Shield against Hydra. Shield is the dogs, and Hydra is the cats. So it's an entertaining family movie. This one, blind buying. I bought Season of the Witch. And they had this one, and it kind of looks like Season of the Witch, but it has Sean Bean, and that's Black Death. Basically, I've never seen this. It's a blind buy, but based on the text on the back, it's during the Black Plague, and the church hears about this town that is not affected by the Black Plague, so they send Sean Bean to investigate, see why these people are immune to the Black Plague. I like the cover. It has a really nice foiled slipcase, and I'm a sucker for slipcases. But I like this one a lot. It looks really, really cool. I have to watch it, actually. Pick this one up. The first two Muppet movies are good, and I still need to watch the two newer Muppet movies. But I remember vaguely watching this one, so that's why I picked it up. I picked up Muppet Treasure Island. Picked it up because of Tim Curry, honestly. I remember watching this once when I was a kid and thinking it was good, but remembering Tim Curry the best. So I have to rewatch this one. But the Muppets, Muppets might not be for everyone, but I like the Muppets. I just, again, still have to see the two newer ones. I already own this, but I own the full screen version. And way back when, I had a small 19-inch TV. So when I would pop in a widescreen movie, you would get these black lines on top, and the movie would be like this. And some movies it got really bad because you couldn't really see the movie. It was so small. It was designed for bigger screens, and I only had the small 19-inch. So I started collecting full screen movies. Now that I have a nice, beautiful big screen TV. I find myself not liking the full screen movies because they get chopped. And it's something I didn't notice when I had the small 19-inch TV. So now I want to get the widescreen versions, and I have this one again in full screen, but I was able to find a widescreen copy of Scarface, the 2-disc anniversary edition with the special features. And again, I double dipped. But it looks better on widescreen. It just does. Picked up Ray. It's not really a documentary. It's like a telling of the life of Ray Charles. And I bought this one because it has the 2-disc clip thing. Has the 2-disc thing. And again, I like special features. Jamie Foxx was pretty cool. He was pretty cool in Living Color, and I've seen some good movies with him. I didn't follow Ray Charles that much. I heard some of his music, and I thought it was pretty cool. But these are always interesting. They embellish certain things. They're not 100% true to the character, but I kind of enjoy seeing these life sort of documentaries. So I need to watch this one. I haven't actually gotten to watch it. And the last movie, Toy Story 3, the Blu-ray DVD combo pack with the Blu-ray, special features, which you know I love special features, and the DVD. So yeah, Toy Story 3. I need to get Toy Story 1 and 2. And I heard they're gonna do a 4th one. So yeah, that was the collection pick-up video. Like I said, more movies when you find a good selection of movies at a good price. It's kind of hard not to go for it. And I'm getting really close to completing my my Nick Cage, Al Pacino, Adam Sandler, and Robin Williams collections. So yeah. So I'm gonna cut this off because I think I've been talking for half an hour. But thanks so much for watching the video, guys. And until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78 thanking you and signing out.